Okay, welcome to Focus Fridays, the series where we open up the playbook on real estate investing, covering everything from core fundamentals to sophisticated strategies that help investors grow wealth and confidence. I'm Jared Shum, head of investor relations at Focus Capital, and I'm joined by our founder and president, Chad Sheeler. So, welcome, Chad. Tell me a little bit more about yourself, about your role here at Focus Capital, and what led you to starting this company.
Awesome. Thanks, Jared. This is awesome. I'm excited for this series. I started as an electronic payment salesperson for about 17 years. That's what led me into real estate because I had a tax problem to solve back in 2017. And looked at real estate as a way to solve that problem myself, as well as help other people along the way too, their communities, investors, and employees' families.
What do you mean by tax problem?
Yeah, really, when I say tax problem, I mean I made great income along the way, but I had to pay a lot of taxes as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to find a way to help offset those and realize that real estate had amazing tax benefits that could help me in that area, my CPA rate as well.
Mm-hmm.
So began my journey there, as we'll cover later in episodes of how that all transpired. But
Yeah. Speaking of future episodes, what inspired this series?
what inspired this series was more around how can we deliver more educational content to investors and aspiring investors,
Mm-hmm.
people that are accredited investors that may not understand more about the fundamentals of real estate investing, people that may understand what questions to ask when looking for opportunities. Um, the goal here is to educate. And I believe that by educating people on real estate investing, not only we just add value to their life, if they invest with someone else or us or their families or themselves, that's fine. If we just add value, we'll get what we want to achieve in the end by helping people achieve what they want to achieve too.
Yeah, when I was first coming on board, you had told me that one of our biggest internal goals is to impact 1,000 families. And so I think that this podcast can be one of those vehicles to do that. Like you had mentioned, one of the biggest things that we want to do here is just provide value and education. This podcast will always be free. It'll always be on free platforms. And whether someone ever invests with Focus Capital specifically or not, like if we have impacted someone positively, if they're able to either deploy capital and make that cash flow or just even learn a little bit more about a subject that they didn't know about before, I would say that that's a win for us.
Yeah, I totally agree.
What type of content do you think that listeners and viewers will get throughout this series?
Yeah, really three different buckets. So one is beginner content, people that know nothing at all about real estate investing. Maybe they've only invested in the stock market so far and they want to learn more about what real estate actually is and what it can provide for their families. Second would be more of the intermediate type person that has a basic understanding of real estate investing, but not quite sure maybe of what questions to ask that they're missing right now
Mm-hmm.
when looking for deals or investments. Maybe the people that understand how you get paid, but not understanding about tax benefits as a detailed perspective or about waterfall structures or IRRs, for example. And then last would be more of the advanced questions, maybe around 1031 exchanges, maybe around how you structure things properly with their entity or their investing vehicle or retirement accounts investing. So really three different buckets of different topics to cater to a wide audience.
Yeah. Speaking of that wide audience, we talked about the content that people will listen to and the fact that we're wanting to provide value to everyone. But is there any specific buckets of people that this show is for? Or is this for everyone? And if there are specific buckets, what are those specific buckets?
If I had to narrow it into a couple different buckets of people this is good for, I'd say people that are accredited, obviously, build this demographic, right? Somebody who's accredited, who makes good income, who has a surplus of money, and they wanted to learn where can I put it at? I've already maxed out my retirement accounts. I don't want to put into a savings account earning 3%. Let's put it to work somewhere else, maybe in a diversified manner from the stock market to where it can have more tax benefits, more income potential, more passive income there. But it's that person who wants to look for those opportunities that has the financial means, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think also somebody who has been investing for a while that's looking for maybe a more well-defined approach to investing in the right opportunities with the right operators. This could be great for them as well.
And then I think that there is probably a third bucket that we want to also contribute to is people that maybe not be accredited yet, but are on the path of accreditation and are looking for long-term strategy on where they're going to put that capital. I think that there are a lot of people that are at that turning point in their main career, or there might be coming into some capital from a liquidity event or something like that, and I think that this would be a great introductory podcast for them to learn about the real estate investing space.
Yeah, I agree. I forgot that part actually, but yeah, people that are almost accredited but are on that path, that'd be perfect for them.
And even though we're not tax professionals, what is kind of the cut and dry, simplest terms? What is accreditation? What is an accredited investor?
A accredited investor, defined by the IRS, is somebody who individually makes $200,000 a year or more, or jointly $300K a year or more income-wise.
Mm-hmm.
So you can qualify one of two approaches. One is the income approach.
Mm-hmm.
Other is the net worth approach. So the net worth approach would be $1 million or more in net worth, not including their current personal residence.
And how long do they have to have those statuses? I could just make $200K in 1 year, or
prior 2 years.
Prior 2 years. And then with the net worth, how long have I had to have that net worth?
To my knowledge, there's not a requirement on time.
Okay, so I could have a zero net worth today and then win the lottery or something. And if I have $1 million in my bank account tomorrow, I become an accredited investor.
Yeah, let's go.
Outside of net worth and income, active income, are there any other kind of nuanced ways to be an accredited investor or be, someone that can invest in a real retail syndication?
Yes, there are. There's several ways that majority of people would not qualify for, but there are ways to qualify as a accredited investor. Want to be a qualified purchaser, want to be certain series certifications for financial planning and management services. So there are other ways as well.
Yeah, great. And then I think a big question that people will ask is, we talk a lot about buying back your time. How long are these episodes supposed to be? And what kind of commitment is it for people that are going through this and learning through our platform?
15, 20 minutes. An hour would be just too long, right?
Yeah.
I think 5 minutes too short, but enough time to give people some meat. Like, let's learn one topic today on the drive to work, right? Or two topics. Give them something. I think 15, 20 minutes is enough time for us to get through what we want to talk about and give some value there.
Perfect. Well, I'm excited for the rest of this series. We already have some episodes recorded, and so those will be live soon. And what is the cadence that these episodes are going to be coming out?
Every week.
Friday.
Focus Fridays.
Focus Fridays. So 52 episodes in a year. Maybe a special holiday episode here or there.
Let's do that.
All right, perfect. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Focus Fridays. We release a new episode every week, so be sure to join us next Friday and beyond. If you'd like to see our next investment opportunity before it goes public, you can join our investor list by filling out the form on our website, focusedcapital.com. If you have any inquiries about what we've covered on our podcast, general real estate investing questions, or suggestions for the show, we'd love to hear from you. Feel free to reach out to us anytime by emailing us at investors@focusedcapital.com. Take care, and we'll see you next week.